Dear students, in this video, I will explain you the chapter Discovering Tut The Saga Continues, taken from the Class 11 book of Hornbill. Before I begin with the chapter, let me introduce the author A.R. Williams to you. A.R. Williams developed a love for reading at a very young age, and in the fourth grade, when an assignment to write their own works of fiction was given, it occurred to him that he too could craft tales for others to enjoy. So, at a very early period, he could discover his own talent. Although A.R. Williams did not pursue this desire right away, he continued to have a voracious appetite for reading, from the amazing comics of Spider-Man, the X-Men, and Elf Quest to the fantasy stories of Weiss and Wickman in the Dragonlance Chronicles, and the science fiction adventures of Miles and Errol Verkoshigan in Lois McMaster Bujold's stories about Barrier. During a membership in a book club, A.R. Williams discovered that there were books dedicated to teaching amateur writers more about the craft of writing. Soon after, A.R. Williams scoured bookstore shelves, adding to his library and slowly learning different facets of which it took to be a writer. He started putting that knowledge to the test, crafting stories of the imagination in science fiction and fantasy genres. To improve his skills, A.R. Williams joined the science fiction and fantasy online writing workshop when it was still hosted by Del Rey. The critics he received and gave helped to further hone his developing talent. At this time, A.R. Williams was writing more but not submitting his work to the markets. With the advancement of the internet and the ability to find new markets from sites, A.R. Williams entered the field in a serious attempt to become a published author. Now let me introduce you to the chapter. Students, have you heard the term Farao? What does it mean? A Farao is a ruler in ancient Egypt. Let me explain this further. Farao was the common title of the monarchs of ancient Egypt from the first dynasty until the annexation of Egypt by the Roman Empire in 30 BCE. In Egyptian society, religion was central to everyday life. One of the roles of the Farao was an intermediary between the gods, and the people. His role was both as civil and religious administrator. He owned all of the land in Egypt, enacted laws, collected taxes, and defended Egypt from invaders. Religiously, the Farao officiated over religious ceremonies and chose the sites of new temples. The chapter Discovering Tut, the Saga Continues is a chapter which gives us an insight to the last heir of the powerful Farao dynasty, Tutankhamun, who died when he was a teenager after ruling for 9 years. He died in a mysterious way. This chapter throws light over all the possible mysteries, the curse, where his tomb lies, his life, and ultimately death. Egyptians believe that there is life after death, and that is the reason why the pharaohs were buried with wealth and everyday use items. Tut died more than 3,300 years ago. He was the last teen ruler of a powerful family that had ruled Egyptian empire for centuries. He died unexpectedly. His tomb was discovered and investigated in 1922 by the British archaeologist Howard Carter. Later, it was taken out again for CT scan to solve the mystery of his death. The mummy was scanned after 1,000 years to find the cause of its untimely death, but technology hasn't been able to give us a definite answer to Tut's death. However, it has given us a direction to think and proceed. The title Discovering Tut, the Saga Continues is therefore about the Farao Tut. And here the word saga means story. So the story continues. So that's all in this video. Have a nice day. Thank you.